Hey Guardians, Ignite here, and today's video is going to be the 5th installment for the Control Spawn Guide series. This video is going to focus on the Asylum map and its 7 major spawn areas. The first spawn is A Bunker, the indoor spawn directly behind the A control point. It acts predominantly as a last resort spawn for teams with control of the A side of the map. This spawn tends to occur when the enemy team has a strong control of the B control area, the bottom atrium, and potentially a portion of the mid-map. This spawn can also reflect a lack of commitment on your team's part. In other words, your allies might either be so spread across the map, or their influence nullified by the presence of enemies, that the game simply cannot find another justifiably safe place for you to spawn. The second spawn area is A Car, the name being attributed to the broken down rusty car that you see upon spawning in. This spawn is the spawn that A team or Alpha team starts with, and is probably one of the most common spawn areas and can occur when you and the enemy team are competing for the B control point. This prevents enemy influence from overextending into your home base. It can occur when there is adequate pressure in mid-map, and when there might be a few enemies around or within the atrium. Furthermore, it is a spawn that you can attain when your team is more committed to controlling B because of the positive influence you and your teammates contribute to the spawn decision. The third and probably rarest spawn on this map is the B control spawn. The area of this spawn can range from on the control point to the hallway next to B control. This spawn is so rare because it stresses the importance of positive team influence and occupation. What I mean by positive team influence is that the game system can calculate the presence of your team as a positive reason to spawn you in a certain location, allowing you to spawn in what is notoriously one of the most chaotic areas on the map. Finally, having this spawn means that the enemy team is spread between A and C control points, most likely blocking the other 6 spawns. The fourth spawn is C Stairs. This is where the Bravo team starts and is probably the most common seaside spawn. Similar to the A car spawn, this spawn occurs when there is a fair distribution of enemies across the map, and also when teams are competing for B spawn. It can be forced more commonly to occur if the enemies can hold down the atrium, or if your team is not occupying the lower part of mid-map. The fifth spawn is Back C. This spawn, again, like A Bunker, can occur when the enemy team is slightly more aggressive through B control, and when less enemies are found in the lower atrium area. This is also considered a last resort safety spawn on the C side of the map. The sixth spawn is Seaside Atrium. This spawn occurs when the enemies are aggressively overextending the B control area and blocking both the C stairs and back C spawns. Also, there should be a light concentration of enemies in the middle of the map, otherwise their influence would most likely just block that spawn. And again, another contributing factor can be you or your ambitious allies that try to utilize the lower area as a means to switch the A and C control points. Finally, the seventh spawn area is the A Atrium spawn. Like C Atrium spawn, it gives you quick access to the Atrium special and heavy ammo. You tend to experience this spawn when the enemy team is blocking the A bunker and the A car spawns by overextending B control from the C side. Again, there is probably little to no enemies concentrated in mid-map because of how their influence impacts that spawn. Well, that about does it for Asylum. I hope you found this video helpful in understanding how your spawning can give you information about the enemy team. Please let me know what you think by leaving a comment below, leave a like if you found it helpful, and a dislike if you didn't, and be sure to subscribe if you find enjoyment in the artistic beauty of my intricately done map workings. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you out there on the battlefield, Guardians. Ignite out.